Our Directorate of Treaty Body Reporting and International Mechanisms continue to monitor and document steps taken by government towards the realization of the SDGs. And as a Commission, we have put premium on SDG 17 that talks about partnership for the goals. And we have established a broad-based partnership with several partners intervening in the SDG-related matters. As a Commission, we are targeting SDG 3 that talks about good health and well-being, but we are putting focus on target 1 that talks about reduced maternal mortality. Looking at it from the point of view that as a country we've been doing well, but quite recently we see we have actually declined. So what we have done in collaboration with one of our partners, and that is UNFPA, we are actually conducting what we call a public inquiry, which falls in line with the Commission's Rule 42 of its complaints, investigations and inquiry rules that gives us the mandate to conduct public inquiries. We want to look at the qualitative aspect of what is really causing a maternal mortality in the country. So in relation to the realization of Target 1 of SDG 3, we have had several engagements with key partners in the health sector, and then specifically we have also brought on board the parliamentary committees of human rights and also of health. For us that is deliberate, looking at it from the point of view that the Commission does not make laws, but we do review existing legislation. We might have situations where review of the legislation might come in. This is an ongoing assignment. So we are also looking at SDG 10 that talks about reduced inequality in and amongst countries. We're looking at migration related issues that cuts across. The Commission recently established a Directorate for Migration and Human Trafficking. We are part of the migration agency in the country. We are also collaborating with the Ministry of Social Welfare and the Sierra Leone Migration Department. We've been raising lots of awareness on migration-related issues in communities, in radios, and also in schools. And we're also receiving complaints following our radio sessions. The news has gone round that the Commission is looking at migration-related issues, so we see a lot of complaints now coming to the Commission. We've intervened on several with success stories. One such has to do with the case of a Nigerian young girl that was brought into the country on the grounds that her responsibilities in terms of job were not clearly spelled out. So when she came to Sierra Leone, she made it clear to her employer that she wants to leave because the working condition in Sierra Leone was not conducive for her. So what happened was that we had a situation where her passport was seized by the employer, which is contrary to the provisions highlighted in the Anti-Human Trafficking Act of 2021. So we ordered him to come to the Commission. He gave the passport and we ordered him to make sure he pays transport fare for that particular victim to go back. So that was a success story. So we have strategically tried to put ourselves on migration issues. We are the co-chair for the working group on the migrant protection and reintegration programs for Sub-Saharan Africa, with IOM and the Ministry of Social Welfare being the lead institutions. So as a Commission, we are a member of the Ghana Caucus on Climate Change. We recently established several relationships with ministries, departments and agencies working on climate change related issues, and the latest being our collaboration with the Presidential Initiative for Climate Change, Renewable Energy and Food Security. And as a Commission, we see this deliberate because we want to tap into the components of climate change and to see how both institutions can collaborate towards mitigating climate change in the country. We raise awareness in schools and also communities through our human rights and peace clubs already established. We have had several success stories in terms of monitoring whether they are acting on the recommendations. We've also had situations where we are doing joint monitoring, especially around the coastline areas where a lot of encroachment by community people are taking place and subsequently affecting the enjoyment of rights of several people in those communities. We're also looking at issues around the forests. We've had situations where we've been escorted by forest guards for them to go and see what we have observed as a Commission and what role they can also play to make sure they mitigate such issues happening within the communities.
Article on the beat.
So on challenges faced, it is clear that we cannot smoothly operate. We have laws in the country, but implementation to some extent poses a challenge. And it is clear that not all institutions have the zeal and zest like the Commission. We have situations where funding is a challenge. looking at the point of view that a lot of awareness raising has to be done, not only in the capital city, but also in surrounding villages, especially in border areas where this human trafficking takes place. And then we also have issues around lack of safe homes. We've had situations where, for example, we had people coming from Afghanistan and also from Iran. We had actually no place to keep them, which is really a problem. The realization of the SDGs and the Agenda 2063 aspirations is not the business of government alone, but a collective responsibility for all. Noting that we have several regional and international organizations intervening in each of the 17 SDGs and also the aspirations. So I encourage governments to have the political will, donor partners to provide required financial and technical support, and all others at the implementation end to put more effort towards ensuring that the SDG and aspirations are achieved for the subsequent enjoyment of the right of all.
Now we own if we pull and we suffer. Now we go suffer.